Welcome to the first episode of Carnage Cast. Yippee.
Yeah.
I'm here with Sean.
I'm Logan. I'm here with Logan.
No, you are not. I'm Logan. We haven't said my name on any of the episodes yet.
It's because it's not worth saying.
Yeah, you haven't. I'm like, oh, Sean, and you haven't said my name once.
Ogan.
Ogan? You know, I was unsure if I wanted to, use my actual name. When we did this, I was thinking more of, pseudonyms and nicknames and shit, but then I was like,
I don't think either of us have nicknames anyway.
I don't think Sean and Logan have good style nicknames.
I mean, people call me Shawnee, but that's more of a pet name. And
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I hate pet names.
What would they call you? Logany? Logany?
Logani.
Logan?
Logani.
Logana? So right now we only have one.
Yeah, this is Placid Plastic Duck Simulator in the background. Only $2. I think it's a pretty cool idea. I laughed at it when I first saw it. But then I was like, you know what? At this point in my life, I think it's very relaxing to have in the background. Our beautiful cat Cereza. She's a little black and white tuxedo baby. She won't stop squealing. Her nose is stuffed. So she's like, eh, eh, eh. It's like high-pitched squealing.
I would say it's more like beeping at this point.
Yeah, she really doesn't like she's beeping.
It's like beep, beep, beep.
I think the first very important topic that I wanted to discuss is Boston Market.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Boston Market as a whole.
I remember you went untouched with Boston Market for such a long time. Because wood duck.
Because I got sick 4 times consecutively after having
you got food poisoning so many fucking times.
And it just kept happening. And then eventually I was like, I don't want to fucking eat it anymore because I just kept getting sick. And nobody else did, though. It was just me.
Yeah. Where are you going, Cereza? She's crawling into tight spaces, being a nuisance.
I mean, I like the mac and cheese, but... I mean,
it's hard to mess up mac and cheese unless you I gotta stop saying like. I hate that I do that. I'm like, even though I know what I'm about to say. It's hard to mess up mac and cheese unless you get the fuck. Unless you get the craft shit, and you just make instant.
I mean, even then, if you don't put the proper amount of milk or butter or whatever the hell goes into it, it can taste like shit. But yeah. Boston Market as a whole is kind of one of those things I don't... I mean, I will never go out of my way to get that. I'm never Boston Market, time for that. It's more of a, if somebody goes, you want to go there? I'm like, okay, if you're paying for it, then yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, or it's more of a, if mommy's not making anything for Thanksgiving, I'll go get it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we got Boston Market on Thanksgiving because our brother wasn't here, so we weren't going to make it until he was home from Iraq. Just kidding. No, he was at
Morocco.
I don't remember where he was, his grandparents' house or some shit. But anyway, we got Boston Market, and ours is described as a very ghetto Boston Market. It's
God, everybody describes it as that.
Because that's what it is. It's not a very good Boston Market. And I have a story about a woman who went there and asked the employees to pick off the skin of the chicken for her, and they did it.
It's not even skin, though, is it?
No.
It's just breading?
Yeah. Well, I guess they have skin there. Do they have fried chicken at Boston Market?
Do they?
I don't know.
Am I tripping, yo?
I don't think that they do, but again, I very rarely eat that shit, yo.
I think that fast food as a whole is not good for your holes. Stop screaming, Cereza. Damn. We got a new duck. Look at that thing.
Oh, shit, what's that one?
What is that?
It
oh,
looks
it's like
it
a punk rock.
Yeah.
It's got lightning stripes and shit.
But
I don't know. McDonald's is really, really bad for you. I remember a little while ago, I still am eating healthier, but I was like, McDonald's isn't, their chicken nuggets can't be that bad, right? I was like, I'll avoid greasy burgers and try not to get, terribly bad shit for you. So I'll be like, okay, I'll get the chicken nuggets. And then I Googled it when I got home, and it's their chicken nuggets are 99% fat and one of the worst foods that you can eat. And I was like, are you serious? I just ate a 20-pack of McNuggies.
Did you have like any fries with them or just the nuggets?
I think I got 2 20s. I got 40 nuggets. I eat such calorie deficit meals. I have like 800 calories a day, which is why I'm so skinny. So I was trying to bulk up and eat more calories, it's called dirty bulking when you use fast food and stuff. So that's basically what I was doing, but I was like, I also don't want to gain a shit ton of fat. Why is this cat freaking out? She's all, meow. Alright, whatever. Little break. Fuck it. Get the cat out of here.
God. What? God.
We got a duck while you were gone. Got like that Easter egg color. It's a good duck.
It's like the chrome Easter eggs you get as a kid.
Yeah, those are really cool looking. They're always my favorite.
So yeah, with fast food, it's like, even the salads tend to be a little bit on the unhealthy side because of, there's usually pieces of chicken in it and shit.
Yeah.
Or there's the dressing. People would tend to not get that with salad, is that with dressing, it's meant to enhance the salad, not make the fucking lettuce swim.
Ugh.
Well, that's what happened when I worked at fucking Chipotle. We had vinaigrettes. That's what our dressing was. And we had a lot of people come in and go, like, can I have 2 vinaigrettes? And it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. But one morning, we had literally just opened. And this woman came in and picked up her order that she placed before we opened. And she got one salad. And goes, can I get 7 vinaigrettes?
Oh my god,
like,
are they extra? Do they cost extra?
No, we couldn't charge them for that. And I'm like, no. I flat out told her no, and I usually didn't do that. But I'm like, no. I was like, I can give you 2. And she's like, okay. The fuck are you? Like, make it yourself at that fucking point. I'll give you the recipe for it. I have it.
What is it? Are you still under the, you can't speak about it?
I didn't sign a Chipotle NDA. It was just adobo. It was honey, some kind of vinegar they had. I think it was sunflower oil. And it was salt, pepper, oregano, and I think that's it, actually. Oh, and honey, if I didn't say that. You blend that shit together for like a minute or 2. And the reason why we portion them, people didn't understand that the portions aren't to be like greedy and like save money. It's because it's the serving size.
Yeah.
So if you have like 3, you're not eating a salad. You're eating a ton of sugar, salt, and then fucking, it's like that and then some lettuce. It's not really healthy.
When I worked at McDonald's, I had to sign an NDR, or a DNR, sorry.
Do not resuscitate?
Yeah.
For who? Ronald?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I like McDonald's, and I do like the McNuggies and stuff, but sometimes they're not made well.
I feel like Roger in American Dad, where he ran in and he was like, the arm is disbombed. I was fucking repeating it in my head so many times, like, DNR, DNR, R&D.
But I mean, like, when you look at their menu, McDonald's has probably the blandest menu, I think. Like, it's just very...
It's 90% burgers, nuggets.
They still have chicken strips. They used to have them.
No.
They were called Chicken Selects.
Yeah, they got rid of those for fucking ever ago.
I haven't had that in a while. I didn't care for them enough to reorder them as much as the McNuggies.
Fucking Burger King getting rid of the best nuggets on the market for, like, imitation McDonald's nuggets.
Know.
And they suck. And they didn't think to revert it when people started complaining. I don't get it.
Fries, like, they had like the best fast food. Like, they really were like the king of the burger game. But then
I used to have it my way all the time.
Now you don't.
No, I don't.
Well, because they changed the nuggets before. Like, they were the ones that were shaped like lightning bolts and crowns and shit, and they were really fucking good. And then they wanted to fucking. They're like, oh, McDonald's is good too. Let's do what they're doing, and they chose the generic like McDonald's-esque nugget shape.
Oh yeah, the like boot circle and what was the other one?
One's a bone shape, I think, or something.
Yeah,
I don't remember the exact specifics, but they're all...
Burger King still has really good fries, in my opinion, when they're really crunchy and salty.
Yeah, they're still good, but they're not as good as they once were. I mean,
McDonald's is so hit and miss with their fries. They can be insanely fucking soggy. Whoa, look at the duck. Go!
But yeah, sometimes they're like really crispy too, but other times they're like, it's just like, it's like eating wet French fries. It's bad.
Oh. I haven't eaten fast food in such a long time, except for when we have no food in this house.
Well, then you kind of have to.
Yeah.
We did.
Like,
just
I know
have
we're
Taco
both.
Bell.
Yeah. I know we're both grown men and we can go to the grocery store and shop, but like, I don't feel like it.
I can only muster it like once a month, otherwise I don't feel like doing it.
I've been eating healthy, working out a lot more. It's just so hard to spend hours at the grocery store and then spending hours cooking that food. Come on, what am I, Jesus?
Oh, speaking of soggy fries, though, you know what I'm gonna
Oh
fucking say?
God.
Wendy's,
What?
their fucking old
Oh
fries.
my God, they were awful.
They were the worst fucking fries. Bloonk. But they were horrible. Every time we fucking got them before they like fixed them or whatever you want to call it. You know, they did the Wendy's patch notes.
Yeah.
But before that, they were just always bad, and they were like they had a good taste, but they were so greasy and soggy, and sometimes they were already cold by the time you got them.
They were also the king of nuggets too, and then I don't know what happened. They like gradually over time just started getting
Less
like
good.
I don't know if it's us getting older or just the taste changing. They feel like they've been getting soggier too.
They have.
I don't know why.
I don't know. I love Wendy's, and I don't know. I feel like Burger King and McDonald's are the two more common ones, and Wendy's is kind of like third. But I don't know.
So how about Linus Tech Tips
Oh my!
insinuating that he used to say the hard R
Why
word?
did he say that?
The N word R word. That's
I was
not
so
what hard
fucking-
R means.
I was confused as hell because he was like they said in American Dad, and I love American Dad, and I can quote whole episodes by this point.
Seriously, I've watched that show too many times.
So when he said that, I'm like, when
I
did
was
they
like,
ever
they
say
don't
that?
say the N word,
They
especially
can't.
the hard R.
But he meant, the R slur, like retarded.
Yeah.
And that's not the hard R though. That's
He was like, I
people-
used to use that so casually, and I was like, the hard R? He'd just be slinging that around in the streets? Jesus Christ, Linus. He almost ruined his career.
How did he not know that? Wouldn't you look that up before you say it like that?
The other guy on the podcast or live stream, whatever it was, with him was just staring him
He looked
down.
so
He had such a
crestfallen.
1,000-yard stare. He was like, "We're done. We have no jobs."
I mean, wouldn't you feel the same way though? Like that was funny though. Like, I mean, I've never mentally referred to anything other than that as the hard R. It's
Because nobody else calls retarded a hard R.
like, yeah, it's something bad you shouldn't say, but it's not the hard R. Hard R refers to the difference between GAN word and then GER. There's
Yeah.
there's a pretty big difference there.
Gur and guh, you know?
Yeah, there's a difference in what they are. So for him to say, yeah, I used to say it casually, and I understand what he meant. Like, people used to always go like, oh, that's so retarded or whatever. But like,
That's
damn,
so gay.
remember they used to have those gay slur PSAs. Like I think there was one with, God, what was her name? Hillary Duff or whatever.
Mariah Carey.
Perhaps I don't remember, but they used to play them on like Funimation Channel. I can't remember.
I don't
Some- one
remember
of
that,
those-
honestly.
It was one of those like teen stars. I can't remember, but it was two girls shopping in a store, and the one girl
One
goes,
cup.
She was she was like, this top is so gay, and then that
Yeah,
woman,
I do remember that now.
she's like, how would you feel if somebody said, oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top?
Oh my God, I do remember that. That's so
I told
fucking
you.
stupid. What the hell is that?
What is
He's
that?
got a firework on his back. What? Do you think the fire ones can ignite it and he'll explode?
I don't know. That'd be cool.
That'd
Oh,
be
that
really
would be cool.
Best starter day better spawn in soon.
I'm sorry, I'm just remembering that fucking PSA.
I can't, you unlocked a fucking core memory in my mind when you said the girl in a top thing. 'Cause I remember them saying that and being like, what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. This game runs so hot. Listen how loud the PC is right now.
Yeah, it was Hillary Duff. It was Hillary Duff.
Ugh. I don't even remember her from anything. What is she from?
I actually don't know.
Hillary Duff.
Maybe she's one of those people that's famous for being famous, but it
Whenever
says,
I hear
oh, she was Lizzie McGuire.
From what? Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire from Lizzie McGuire. Remember that?
Was that the one with the Simpsons? No, not the Simpsons. What was on Lizzie McGuire that got big? I don't remember. Oh, that's Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah, where it
what
was
am
like-
I thinking of?
I do not know.
Tracy Ullman?
Yeah, that is not. That
Whenever I
is-
hear Hillary Duff, I just think of the movie Duff, Dumb, Ugly, Fat Friend.
Was she in that?
No, it's Duff. It's the
Oh,
same thing.
oh.
Or like Duff root beer.
Yeah,
I don't drink beer. It's nasty.
it is disgusting. It's like drinking piss. Not
It
that
is.
I know what that actually tastes like, but if I had to
You've pissed in your
surmise-
own mouth a couple times.
No, I didn't. I peed in my eye as an infant, but that's not the same thing. I didn't taste it and relish the taste to remember as an adult.
You weren't swishing it around in your mouth like...
It's not wine. I wasn't at like a piss-tasting fucking trip. So yeah, back to fast food. Yeah, so when... And I'm glad that Wendy's finally fucking decided, like, hey, our fries are dog shit, let's, rectify it. And they do have the Baconator.
The Baconator. That was
Yeah.
a good decision. Their sweet potatoes aren't... I mean, not sweet potatoes. They're fucking nasty. They're not sweet at all.
The actual potatoes, like baked potatoes.
Yeah, their baked potatoes used to be really good. Then I tried them again recently, and I was like, eh. That's my issue with the way they wrap their burgers in that, like, tinfoil. It makes it soggy so fast. And you try to eat it, and you burn yourself, because it's still really hot.
But it's soggy at the same time.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's
like
how that
sweaty.
tends to be. Like, what else? I mean, I've had their salads, and I don't want to sound like a fat ass, but salads at fast food places tend to not be very filling.
No.
Usually they have awkward portioning, and it's not really what you want.
I don't think fast food's supposed to be filling in general, like Chinese food, because they want you to keep coming back and getting more.
Yeah. So what else is there aside from Wendy's? I'm trying to think of the other like fast food joints we know of.
I don't care about fast food. I want to change the topic to YouTube.
YouTube.
I'm glad that they're replacing Suzanne, whatever her name was. Susan Belinsky.
Suzanne McSwaney.
Yeah. Because she was god fucking awful. But the new crypto NFT bro that they replaced her with.
Isn't he Indian or something?
Yeah. He reminds me of the net neutrality guy that everybody hated. Wasn't he Indian?
Yeah, Ajit Pai, and he had that big ass Reese's cup mug that he loved to have with him wherever he went, and people would mock him for it.
Yeah. I'm surprised nothing really happened about net neutrality when they got rid of that.
I guess it wasn't as big a deal as we thought, but...
Yeah. I think they can still do something with it.
Yeah.
But the changes to YouTube immediately have been already better. They actually, instead of just having automated responses of just like patch notes that they would randomly throw out like secretly, they actually had like the lead team behind YouTube's decisions come out and be like, yeah, so here's the words you can say and can't say. Here's what gets you sort of monetized. Here's what gets you demonetized and fully monetized. And I like watching the actual video where he's like, you can say bitch and ass and shit and even a couple fucks. He actually said all that. It was pretty funny. This just reminds me of playing with rubber ducks as a child.
Yeah, we used to collect them as little kids.
Yeah. Especially going to New Jersey and going to like the duck races in Wildwood.
That was fun. We went to it one time, I think, because it was very crowded, but we did buy them.
I remember losing my duck or something. I couldn't find it.
I don't know where any of our ducks went.
We used to have such a decent-sized collection.
I had a Comcast duck. I had a soccer ball duck.
Yeah. Can't remember anything I had. Anyway, back to YouTube. I'm glad we can say our fucks again. I feel like a lot of people don't like the oh, that's so stupid, the arbitrary 7 seconds before you can say a curse word. But then I thought about it because I hated it at first, and I was like, I wouldn't like clicking on a YouTube video like downstairs on like as a kid and around your parents and them saying like fuck immediately before you can click off of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I kind of do agree with that. Like imagine hitting a video by accident, because we used to get yelled at all the fucking time for shit like that. So I guess I kind of agree with it.
It makes sense.
Yeah. It's not too much either. It's not like the first 5 minutes of a 10-minute video. Or not like confusing shit like percentages. Like the first 13% of the video can't have any swears. I ain't doing no math. I sucked at math. School was not it, yo.
I did not like school.
I started saying yo at the end of every sentence, kind of ironically, because I watched Breaking Bad again. And then I stopped saying it because I realized it started to sound stupid as shit when I got another job.
Yeah, that's something that's funny in your mind, and then you say it a bunch and people kind of don't understand it.
The YouTube channel Carnage Report. It was weird starting this channel. It took us, what, like 2-3 fucking months to start this?
We had to really like research on how to do these sorts of things, how to edit videos, what...
Editing videos took such a long time to learn. Finding what program to use. The The equipment was...
Oh my god, look at his big ass head.
Oh my god. It's like sideways. The equipment was so fucking expensive. I think the hardest part was the creativity part. Like, I did not know what to name the channel. I could not think of, like, pseudonyms or anything, like, nicknames for us.
Yeah, it just felt like it wasn't worth trying to find. Like, we've never had nicknames our entire lives outside of, like, pet names from parents and shit, and that's not the same thing. And there are some people who try to give themselves cool, edgy names, like, I'm Sage, Lord of the Darkness. Like, don't do that.
Oh my god, like our father's friend who wanted to be called Voodoo Child because of Jimi Hendrix, and they called him Doo-Doo Child. Oh my god. You can't give yourself nicknames, it doesn't sound cool. Slow down that
Damn,
Easter
look at
egg.
him.
God damn. That's how Skeleton Duck flew off last time. He went down the slide and swam away in the ocean.
It's terrifying. Yeah, you don't give yourself a nickname. It just doesn't work.
I thought of Oni Plays and I thought of Ding Dong, and I was like, that'd be pretty funny. But then I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah, I'm not that creative. I would say it's kind of hard to, like, the vetting process for the games to see which ones we should play and which ones we shouldn't, because we're really dead set on playing Streets of LA, which very briefly has Snoop Dogg in it.
Oh my god, it was so stupid because it looks like such a funny game, but then you actually try to record it and you realize that 90% of it is just going to be boring.
Nothing was happening. The game itself was very unattractive and dull.
We made it funny by, like, all the jokes that we said, but the gameplay was just too fucking dull and boring to do anything with.
Very tedious, very repetitive. Like, you just do these very bland side missions over and over again. Not unlike Spider-Man 3 for the PS2.
When I was editing BDSM Bunker today, I went back and, like, skimmed through the LA recording, and 90% of it was driving.
That's all you do.
Oh, you doing some ice ASMR over there? That's bad for your teeth. You're gonna get those razor sharp Hitler teeth if you keep doing that.
You've had checkers, right?
Oh god, yeah.
All my black coworkers would tell me to have it. I'm just like, I don't. No, well
I'm not that poor. Didn't they have that like $1 for like 10 cheeseburgers?
Oh my god, yeah.
I got that one time and I felt sick to my stomach.
Well, a lot of my coworkers who were at Chipotle, like the black ones, didn't live around here. They lived in like, and I guess they have a Checkers there, and I'm like, I don't live close enough to have it. But even as a kid, I was never like, ooh, Checkers. I was like, oh, Checkers.
Ooh.
That and Arby's. I was never like thrilled to get Arby's because I remember they had chicken nuggets that were like.
They had the meats.
They did have the meats, but their chicken nuggets were paler than a fucking racist. They were very pale, though, and I remember not liking them as a kid.
They had them slimy, bacteria-ridden meats. Shit was nasty.
Oh, yeah, they did. Remember that bitch lost her finger?
Oh, my God. That's scary. I don't like thinking about that shit happening to me.
And she kept working, though.
What?
You don't remember that?
No, I remember she lost her finger. I thought she, like, ran outside or something. Is that the story? I don't remember. Why are these ducks going on the slide? Get back up here. God, this PC's running so loud. This game is not that taxing. It shouldn't be.
Oh, yeah, some kid was eating a sandwich from Arby's and bit into it, and there was a fucking finger in it because she was, like, using the meat slicer or whatever and cut her finger off.
Like her whole finger, not even part of it?
Just a portion, I think.
Ugh. How do you keep working after that? I'd be freaking out like a little bitch.
I don't know, but she, like, I guess made the food and wrapped up the sandwich and shit, and then...
God, Arby's got all the meats, including human, apparently. Yeah. Jesus.
But a kid bit into it and said he tasted something, like, rubbery, and then found out that it was a fucking finger, and then... I guess she had to explain later on what happened to her. There were some myths, though. Do you remember the Wendy's chili finger incident where it was just like...
Yeah.
It wasn't... the lady had access to a finger, which is fucking weird sounding, but I think somebody had to have his finger amputated for one reason or another, and so he gave it to her for that purpose because he could keep it for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then she put it in the chili and was like, oh my god, look at that. And then, of course, they found that it was fucking her friend, so she didn't get shit for it.
How did they even figure that out, though? It's some pretty good fucking, like... Connor detective work from Detroit Become Human.
Well, they had to like
twink from Detroit.
That Eminem. Well, they had to look into it because of that, though, because they can't just Like, was it an employee? Was it another customer? Was it?
Yeah, like nobody just loses a finger. I'm sure they could do a finger count of the employees to see.
Yeah, like even if it came from like the food processing factory, like you think there'd be a report of that? They have to
Yeah.
report it. So when there was nothing like that, they investigated it and then found out that her friend had his finger amputated. And it put,
I'm pretty sure they sued her for like fucking millions
yeah.
of the damage that they did to their reputation. Because nobody wanted to eat at Wendy's after that.
There's all kinds of weird like myths regarding fast food places. Like, do you remember the weird Taco Bell one where allegedly some woman ate Taco Bell and then her cheek like puffed up and then she scratched it and there were like baby spiders in her cheek?
Oh
Like,
my
how would that
god,
happen?
yeah, that doesn't even make any sense. I think the worst one is the lady that burned her crotch regional,
Oh my god.
and McDonald's did the fucking most foul thing trying to play it off like she was just being a little crybaby trying to sue them for money when she had to get like skin grafts and shit.
It was like boiling. It was
Yeah.
not. It was nowhere near the temperature it should have been.
It
And
was
everybody just
scalding
acted like
fucking
they're
hot.
like, oh, she just spilled hot coffee on herself, and she was like, ouch. Like, no, it fucking melted her skin and severely burned her. That's one of those things
Yeah.
that I hate. Is it always goes back to that where they're like, oh, well, she just should have been more careful. Like if, like yeah, accidents do happen, but like,
I think the food you're eating and the drinks you're drinking shouldn't be dangerous.
yeah,
I don't think you should have to wait for something to be less dangerous before you drink it.
like I don't know how they got to that thermonuclear temperature anyway, but the fact that they were like, yeah, here you go, it's fucking weird.
I mean, she's stupid, you know. She should have felt that it was too hot and not spilled it on herself if she wasn't such a klutz.
Yeah, McDonald's was really like, yeah, that was her fault.
What a bitch. I don't think she sued them either. I don't think she did for some reason, if I recall correctly.
She
Look
probably
at
just
that
went,
big head ass duck floating sideways. Oh, is that plaid duck?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
That Taco Bell story made me sick as a kid, though. I was like, I'm never eating there again, and then I ate again there like the next week.
Yeah, I do remember that. Remember the myth that our father came up with of boars taking over the U.S.? He didn't really phrase it like that. It was more like, yeah, the boar population's growing rapidly, and in the next 5 years, they're going to be in New Jersey. And we were like, what?
We were fucking scared because the way that he phrased it, like, I guess there were some isolated incidents involving boars, and it was, you know, more than enough for people were kind of taking notice of it happening, but the way our dad phrased it was like, they're everywhere and they're breaking down doors and attacking people.
He did say that. He said they were breaking down doors and attacking people. That's exactly what they said. Or he said.
Yeah, so we fucking thought that we were gonna get, like, invaded and then, like,
Yeah, and like
eaten by
trampled to
them.
death. Because that's what I thought.
I was terrified, and then it was just nothing. It was just nothing.
I think it just kind of stopped after a while because people started hunting them like they should.
Yeah. I don't know what threat boars would be anyway, though, because they're just big-ass wild pigs. What can they do?
I swear they run away from people too.
Yeah, I don't think they're that aggressive.
I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know enough about boars. They never made it that far.
Yeah.
They didn't get here. Woo, duck going down the slide. I feel like an autistic kid stimming. I was going to say playing this game, but watching this game. You physically can't play.
You ever had any, like, bad, like, fast food or, like, restaurant-related mishaps where you hurt yourself in the restaurant or spill something that's, like, way too big? Like the time I was at Taco Bell and I was unwrapping the straw, and it, like, it, like, was bent when I was pulling the wrapper off, and it was already in the cup. So it flicked forward and went under my eyelid, and it was, like, touching, like, the base of my skull, and I was like,
God. Ew. No, I've never had that. I've never had any mishaps with fast food in the restaurant. Besides that one time when I was at a Taco Bell. I was at a Taco Bell with Poppy, and we finally got to the line. There was maybe, like, I think 2 people behind us. They're like, what would you like? And I was like, I'll take some Doritos Locos Tacos and, like, a quesarito. I don't fucking know. And then Poppy was like, I don't know. You guys got a lot of stuff on the menu. And I was like, just get what I got. It's good. He's like, ugh, give me a minute. He was there for like 5 minutes just like thinking of shit. And I turned behind us and there was like a line to the door. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, just order your food already. I'm like, I literally said, there's a line forming. Hurry up. And he's like, I don't care. And I was like, I do. And you're like, I guess I'll just get the number 12. And the fucking manager came out from the back. I guess they were short on staff. And she was just like standing next to the register. And she's like, I hope you're hungry. You got the biggest thing on the menu. And I was like, oh my God. And our grandfather is very obese. He's probably like over 350 pounds or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was so fucking embarrassed. And that was the day of the solar eclipse in like 2016.
Yeah.
That was the day. And we were just sitting in a Taco Bell restaurant. I think it was like maybe minutes before it happened. And we went inside of a Walmart and it happened while we were in the Walmart. Not that I wanted to look at it, but because I was scared of that thing that burns your retinas.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an achievement. Ducks Adrift. Oh no, what does that mean? What does that mean?
I think another one went out.
No.
Oh my God.
No, that's
not what I thought.
That is not what I thought at all.
I thought that one got lost at sea again. Nope.
That's pretty cool. I want a fire one to light that firework one. Blow them up. Oh, it gave birth.
What'd you say?
It gave birth. Look.
Oh, I thought you said gay birth.
Yep. That's a gay birth, all right. I don't like dating. It's hard and it's stressful. It's like Nintendogs. It's like constant maintenance. It's annoying.
I've never played Nintendogs, but I've heard bad things.
You've heard bad things. All those poor abandoned Nintendogs are dead now.
Probably starving to death.
These things are ugly. I hated the graphics in that game. I mean, it was a DS game, but still. Cereza.
She's sleeping.
She's a little sleeping baby. Dating's stupid. It's really high maintenance. It's really stressful sometimes.
Our area doesn't exactly have the most attractive people anyway, so it's not easy. Nor is online dating. Like, you know, I had like an OkCupid profile for like a month and I did not like it. I got hit on by much older men who were like, "You want to become daddy's piss slave, do ya?"
Oh my God.
I was like, "No, I don't want
to."
I was like, "I don't want to be daddy's piss slave.
Ew.
No, thank you." And then some guy from New York in a wheelchair was like, "Hey there, sexy," and I'm like, "Huh, okay."
I feel mean laughing at that, but like, do it work?
I didn't want to ask. I mean, you just start off with, "Hey, sexy." I'm like, well, what are we going to do exactly? And then you're in fucking New York.
I just wheeled into your DMs.
So he did. I abandoned that profile and my Tinder. Because I kept getting hit on by either old men or fucking twinks. And I don't like twinks.
I didn't get hit on at all. I'm not ugly, but women go after looks on dating apps. So I feel it's hard to get someone who likes you for your personality.
Yeah.
I'm not a shit texter, but how can you get your personality through on dating apps? It's hard to text people like that.
It's also awkward.
Yeah, I would, like, the girls I want to date aren't girls that like pickup lines, okay? I keep hitting my fucking mic. Ugh. What is that duck down there?
The pale one?
Yeah, I've been looking at it.
I don't know.
I don't want to click the mouse because it's really loud. But I gotta see. Oh, he's hurt.
Oh, wow.
It's got boo-boos.
Damn, look at it go.
This is the first interactive podcast where you, the viewer, can look at ducks with us. Watch them go down slides. Watch them give birth.
Or gay birth, as I heard it.
I don't know. It's crazy to think that I broke up with my ex 6 months ago.
It doesn't feel like it was that long ago
6
either.
fucking months. It's so hard and so stupid. I don't know. The idea of dating and the possibility of what went wrong happening again just makes you not want to date.
Yeah. I can't exactly hit on people openly anyway, so
Yeah.
there was that.
God, we're getting ducks like... Oh.
I knew it the second I saw
I
it.
know. We're getting ducks like crazy.
You should see the fucking men around here. They are...
I haven't been looking, but tell me.
Ooh.
Oh, tell me about the one gay guy, the one really, really gay guy from Chipotle. Did you see him? You were in line somewhere. Where were you?
What, you mean the Waffle House?
Was that? What?
Where I
What?
saw really like, ah!
Yeah.
kind of gay guy. That was Waffle House.
When the fuck were you at Waffle House?
Many, many years ago, me and father were like gawking at him because he was sitting there and wearing like, he literally had like a pink shirt, tight skinny jeans that were like light blue, and some kind of like feathered white boa, and like tinted sunglasses. And we were at the Waffle House eating, and we just couldn't stop looking at him because
You
he
sure
was
it
so.
wasn't RuPaul?
He was like tan white.
No, the one gay guy where you're like, man, he's cute, and then he started talking with a really gay voice.
Oh yeah. His name was Levon,
Yeah.
and he looked kind of okay with his mask on. Actually, I saw him take his mask off, and he had those chunky fat guy lips.
Mask off, fuck it, mask off.
Yeah, just like that. And he was like, "So what time did my shift start?" I was like, "Ugh."
Oh god, why do you gotta talk like that? It's not your real voice.
It was like a mega bottom. I'm like, come on, really?
a mega bottom.
And
Don't let Prompto hear you say that.
Yeah, Prompto wouldn't like that. But he just was like, he looked okay, and then he took his mask off, and I was like, And then he spoke, and I was like, God, you don't actually sound like that.
You don't have to talk like that. Why? Is it like some sort of like defiant thing? Or they want to stand out?
I don't even know. I hate it, though. I don't fucking talk like that. I sounded special right there because I have ice in my mouth, but I don't talk like that.
I got ice in my veins.
Like chili.
Like Mr. Freeze.
Oh.
I'm dying. The thing that sucks about our area, too, is there's no Asian women. I was talking about this before. The Asian women around here are either 80 or 6. There's no fucking Asian women my age. There's no Asian women normal ages. I went on a dating app, I think like a month ago, and I set my radius super far. Actually, not even that far. And it was like, here's this beautiful Asian woman. I was like, oh, damn, okay. She's like fucking 26. And it was like New York. And I was like, ugh.
We used to have Asian women come in at a Chipotle. Like,
You didn't tell me?
This is before you had that interest. And, well, you wouldn't be able to date them anyway because they always had these fat, ugly Asian boyfriends. Like,
Ugh.
I told you about that one guy who was, like, really fat and ugly. He used to walk up with food all over his face and in his mouth and go, water cup.
Walk up.
To the point where we stopped. We didn't even have him ask what he wanted. We would just have it out for him so he wouldn't talk with his mouth full. And the one time he had guac all over his fucking face. And, like, I'm like, I whipped it out. I'm like, here, just take the cup. Because I didn't want to fucking see the food in his mouth. He used to eat like an animal. And he had this tiny, like, pretty Asian girlfriend. And I'm like, why are you with him? Like, you can do better than that.
That's not fair. It's not fair at all.
He was so fucking gross.
You sure it wasn't his daughter?
No. They were just like the same age.
Oh, come on.
But the one time he didn't eat on there was no plates at Chipotle, but like you would eat either like in the bowl or on the foil. He ate on the bare fucking table.
Ugh. Who does that?
He always had like food on his hands and shit, and we would always just feel bad for his girlfriend because he would be like,
Jesus, was it like an arranged marriage from fucking China?
I have no idea.
It's fucked up.
We used to have a lot of Asian people because had transfer students from like China and Korea and shit.
Ooh.
And they were all men I'm talking about.
Oh.
They were all fucking excited. And they always had these weird like foreign credit cards that did not work or exist over here. And I don't know, like the one time it was like this guy was like, he's like, you take this, and it was like Quing Lojing. And I'm like, no, we don't fucking take that. Like, I don't even think we fucking took MasterCard. We're not gonna take your fucking
Quing Lojing.
It was something like that, like some kind of
Zhongping credit card.
It was some kind of it's
Skeleduck.
It was some kind of fucking foreign, like, you know, actual foreign credit card that they have over there. I'm like,
why would they bring that over here though?
I don't
expect
know.
it to work. Like, I wouldn't bring my credit card to a foreign country.
You know what's
expect it
fucked
to
up
work.
though? He had a Discover card.
That was his second choice.
Yes.
What
I'm
the
like,
fuck?
I'm like, why didn't you just start with that instead of handing it to me and be like, does this work? And I'm like, no.
Obviously fucking not. I don't know how to pronounce that. How could that work here?
Swipe the damn thing.
I feel like nobody looks on the door where it tells you the credit cards that they take.
Yeah, some places don't take Discover, some don't take MasterCard. Like, it just depends on where you're going. Like,
I mean, I don't even fucking look at that, but every place takes Visa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Visa's the only one that I think is like truly universal, but like Discover, I don't know about all that.
God, I want to go to Japan so bad.
It'd be fun.
It would be fun.
But the
Damn,
language barrier.
Look at the line for the slide.
Damn. Like they're all patiently waiting.
Yeah. You fucking be careful, Skeleduck. Don't shoot off into the stratosphere like last time.
Stupid ass.
He's backing away from it.
God, I'll never forget at Chipotle when this random ass white guy walked up to my black coworker Dion and just goes, "There's this black girl that I like. Would it be offensive if I told her I had jungle fever?" And Dion was like, I mean, I personally wouldn't be offended, but I wouldn't be happy being told that." Like, he really walked up to the very first black person he could find and asked that.
How do you have, like, I don't even have the balls to, like, ask for an extra sauce packet at, like, a restaurant, and you can walk up to a black woman and say, "I have jungle fever." How do you have that kind of, I don't know if that's confidence or stupidity.
It's a mix of both. It's arrogance.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Dion, like, looked really uncomfortable. I thought he was, like, chewing her out. I'm like, is she, like, in trouble for something? Like, I thought maybe he already ordered and his food was fucked up. And after he, like, walked away, she ran over to me and told me what happened. I was like, holy shit.
Man, I really just described the word arrogance, didn't I?
Yeah. God, that was fucking embarrassing, though. Like, I mean, to ask the first black person you see about something as bad as that, like, maybe go on, like, Reddit and ask anonymously or something. Like, I don't know.
I also saw the thing that's been popping up recently of the passport bros, of these guys going over to foreign countries to find wives and shit.
Ew.
And I was like, don't put that in their heads. I want to go to fucking Japan and find me some nice Asian women, you know? No, not really, but
That stuff is called, what is it, sex tourism, I think?
yeah.
Like, remember the guy from that show 90 Day Fiancé? His name was, like, Big Ed or whatever, the guy with no neck.
Yeah.
And he found that really young fucking, like, Filipino? Or whatever. I think she was Filipino.
Filipina.
Whatever. I don't care about the fucking masculine and feminine variants of foreign words, but you know what I mean. And apparently that's a very common thing, though, where, like, older white men with money, like, try to get with, you know, younger, impoverished fucking, like, women in, like, you know, countries that aren't as wealthy as America, like, yeah, you know, like,
that's so
the
creepy.
Philippines and Thailand and even, like, places like Mexico and stuff where there's, like, poorer sections, I guess.
I just saw a YouTube short about a Chinese woman that was describing that. She said if you go to China to find a girlfriend or something, she said stay away from the major cities and stuff because, and to quote her, "Stop munching on ice, it's too loud."
It's good. Finish your story. I'm not...
Yeah, keep eating that shit. To quote her, she was like, if you go to the big cities in China, they'll be like, they're corrupted by capitalism, or are going to be like, "How much money you have? What kind of car you drive?" That's exactly the way she said it. And she said you should go to the, like, rural areas of China and find a girl with big hands and big feet that are, like, working all day. And I'm like, that's just a weird way to describe it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess they have bigger hands and feet from working with, like, raising cows and sheep and shit, like she said, but still, I don't think I'd want a woman with bigger hands and feet than me. Why did you put an ice cube on Cereza?
I don't think she minds it.
I don't think she knows it's there. It's gonna melt all
That
over
guy
my
was fucking
bed.
creepy, though. That Big Ed guy from 90 Day
Oh
Fiancé.
my god, yeah, he's so ugly.
He's gross. He put, like, no, he didn't used to. He put mayonnaise in his hair for some kind of, like, it was some kind of treatment to give it a certain texture or look or whatever. I couldn't do that. That's
What
gross.
the fuck?
Yeah. And I remember when he went there, he had some kind of, like, glandular problem where he would sweat profusely in any kind of heat. And, of
Ew.
course, it's the fucking Philippines or whatever. Like, it
It's
was
humid
hot
as
as
shit.
fuck.
Yeah.
So they went for, like, a walk, and he was, like, soaked in fucking sweat. Like,
Ew.
you could see it through his shirt and shit. And he was, like, getting mad at her and stuff. And he was, like, asking if he could kiss her, and they, like, very abruptly kissed, and she was, like, ugh, like, making this, like, disgusted face.
Probably smelled like mayonnaise. Like,
And-
rotten mayonnaise.
Yeah,
in
and
the
he asked
sun.
her if he could, like, massage her feet, I think.
Ew.
And then he told her that he wanted her to shave her legs better. And then I
What
think
the
they had
fuck?
sex, and she looked completely dead inside the next day.
Oh god,
But yeah, that's what they more referring to.
it's nasty.
Yeah. That show was kind of funny. I didn't keep up with it because it was too fucking long, and I wasn't all that invested in.
Gross.
That's like literal.
I got the
trash
cliff
TV.
notes from people.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even hear about the show until people started telling me random clips about it. Ugh, god, is that why he looks greasy all the time? Because of the mayonnaise?
I don't
Or is
know.
he just sweating? Is that the glandular?
A mixture of both. He
Both?
also put things in his hair like gel, I think. I think he was a photographer. And the reason why they call him Big Ed instead of being like 5 foot tall is because he gave himself that nickname. He's like, 'cause I want to feel big.
Oh,
That was
that's
his
so
reasoning.
stupid.
Well, the
I
reason
was
why he
wondering
looked so
why he was
bad.
5 foot and called Big Ed. Is that a gold duck?
Oh.
That's so cool.
The reason why he looked all weird, was because he got fat. Like when you see pictures of him younger, he doesn't look bad. He looks like a regular guy, just short. But then he
Yeah.
got fat, like everybody fucking does. For whatever reason, they just stop caring about themselves and get fat as fuck, and then they look worse. And then, of course, when you have a fucking problem where, like, your neck is, like, fused to your, like...
Your shoulders.
Yeah, like, you shouldn't gain weight.
Yeah. Like, pretty fucking bad. I wonder if it's harder for him to, like, move around and lift weights and shit.
I don't know.
Should
Shouldn't have gotten
waddle like a
fat.
penguin. Oh, Big Ed.
He was, like, a minor celebrity in, like, Japan and shit, too.
Is he rich?
I don't know. I'm sure he made money off the show
Yeah,
and
probably the
shit.
show gave him a lot of
But
money.
I think he made okay money, but...
Oh,
Did it melt on her?
yeah, she's so wet. That's a wet ass pussy. That's a wop right there. There's no way that melted on her already. Where did it go? Where's the ice cube at, Cereza? Cereza got them pink paw pad toe beans.
The jelly beans.
Yeah, she's got them jelly beans. Like Arthur Morgan.
Yes.
I want to talk about the channel a little more. There were so many Largo hurdles. So many issues when it came to starting the channel. Like, the first one is obviously the creativity aspect of trying to find a name. It's pretty cool that you can draw the thumbnails, which I think is something unique that nobody else has.
Hey, it's the disco duck.
Nobody really freehand pen on paper draws their thumbnails. It's either like a drawing tablet or they just rip assets from the game, like the thumbnails of the game.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty cool aspect that we have. I like the name Carnage Report. And I think kind of the gimmick was we wanted to review shittier games. It wasn't really the idea to play Mario 64 and those kind of games for fun first. But then when we started to play the shittier games like LA... God,
Streets of LA.
Streets of LA. I was thinking of Escape from to LA. Yeah, like that game was so boring. It's just so hard to find shitty games that we haven't played yet. And in general, because we tried the Sopranos Road to Respect and that was boring as shit too. It was like the same thing as Streets of LA.
It was just like doing these kind of boring side missions and...
There was so much talking. Oh my god. We should go back and play Spider-Man for the PS1 again. But my issue with that is we already made all of those jokes. We've already said everything we have to say about that game.
I could make more.
Yeah, we could. I think we should. It's just when we were first having the idea of starting the channel was because we were playing those games and already made those jokes.
But I think we could do more, though. I mean, there's a lot of bad fucking games out there.
Yeah, I have a whole list. Like Metal Wolf Chaos. And editing takes a lot fucking longer than I thought it would. Especially when you're editing and hear jokes and think of funny things to interject. And playing Hitler porn games that you just censor cocks every 5 minutes.
That game was disgusting.
Oh my god, it was so funny though.
I love that the fucking nudity was more of a weird framing device than anything else. It wasn't like really like intrinsic to the plot like you'd think it was. It was just kind of like there's a zombie invasion in Germany right now, and also Hitler's gay and has a lover.
Yeah.
It was like an afterthought more than anything else, but they obviously that's probably a stronger game than Hitler just goes out and kills zombies.
That's already been a thing for decades now.
Yeah.
Of Hitler and zombies or Nazi zombies. It was just such a weak, like, Unity asset flipped game of just...
I wonder if they made the zombies or they just, like,
They're
with
probably
existing
fucking.
models.
They're probably asset flips too. I feel like everything was.
Even Hitler with his.
Maybe even Christoph.
He was. Who is that?
I tried to look him up. Maybe he's a real person. I don't know. Maybe the person who made the game was a World War II historian
I
and knows more than we do.
I just have to wonder, like, because he didn't. I've googled like Christoph Nazi to see if there was one, but there's people with Christoph in the name, but they're not like blonde-haired twunks like him.
That game was surprisingly shorter than I thought. But then again, those shitty Steam games tend to be like 5 minutes long, so I guess it was a little longer too.
Yeah. Well, they made you work for shit. You had to fucking like really like grind and find things.
I had to go back through every single level and find the fucking dumbass collectibles and weapon upgrades to get the last stupid cutscene of Hitler and Christoph fucking. Did they even have sex in that game, or did they just use like machines and ride each other like animals?
Yeah, I don't think they actually ever had true sex. They did do
Wow.
Gangnam Style naked
They
though.
did. That was really funny. What an interesting game. It just sucks that there were so many issues with my PC and we just couldn't get the time right to play the game
Yeah.
when it first came out. There's also other games that I want to play for the channel, like the Dead Space remake, but then I think like it's such a long game and it doesn't really fit the vibe of the channel.
It's harder to laugh at good games.
Yeah. It's harder to be entertaining and focus on games like that. I feel like there's a lot of PS1 games and older games too. I had an idea for like, I don't know if I wanted to do a 1 year spectacular or a 100th episode thing, or maybe we could just do it in general of like a jam pack where we just play a bunch of shitty games and just cut them down and string them together to make a long-ish video.
I think that's a good idea.
Because a lot of games they kind of lose their funniness after you learn how to play them.
Yeah.
I feel like the funniness factor is not knowing the controls, and the graphics and enemies and story are stupid, and then you start to, I don't know, learn more about the game, and it kind of ruins it. Like that one Spider-Man 64 game. It was just getting really fucking repetitive.
Older games tend to have a lot more padding in them, I think, where it's not true, like, essential to story gameplay. It's just pointless things that make the game feel longer.
Yeah. Hey, there's Propeller Duck. Don't get fucking used to him. He ain't staying around long. It's also weird hearing your own voice for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely. Because when you record yourself on your phone, it does not sound like you at all. But then when you actually record with decent microphones and you listen back, you're like, that's what I sound like? Ewies.
I know, because you fucking hear your voice, and in your mind you're like, hi,
I sound so
I'm
cool.
Sean. But you hear it and you're like, hi, I'm Sean. I like playing video games
Ugh.
and eating raisins. And it's just not as fun. You know, you hear yourself talk and you're just like, wow, is that how I sound?
You're like, that's what I sound like to other people? Ew. Do you
So
like raisins?
No, I hate raisins. Fucking terrible.
Have you ever imagined eating a raisin?
Stop. I had a therapist one time who was trying to help me like lessen my anxiety, and to do so he was like, envision eating a raisin. And the entire time I'm like mentally thinking, I don't like raisins, I like M&Ms. I think if he would have just said like, why did he just ask what kind of like small like food do you like that's sweet, I would have been like, M&Ms. He's like, imagine yourself eating a raisin. I don't fucking like them, they're gross.
Sounds like a terrible therapist.
He was a terrible therapist, so I fucking stopped going to him. He also costs like $75 a fucking session or some
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
It's fucking expensive, and he was not worth the money. Mother's therapy, you know how much that costs per fucking session?
What?
$25.
Damn. It's pretty fucking good.
Like fucking 50 less than I fucking had to spend.
Propeller Duck, no. Oh, damn, he took off.
He's dead.
Stop. Why is he going so high? He's still going.
Oh.
Oh, asshole. What the alright, bye. No.
He's teetering.
I
see
liked
this.
Propeller Duck.
He's flying away. Look at him go.
Wait, is he coming back?
Is he going
Or
backwards?
is he going right? I think he's going right.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Oh, thanks. He's coming back. That baby's still dried up there dying.
God, it's sad.
It kind of looks like it died. It's
It's so
really sad.
pathetic.
Don't say that about the poor baby duck. I don't know what game to play next. Because we played Mario 64 just as like a starter, which I think worked out pretty well.
Oh, there he goes.
Ooh.
Where is he
How is he
going?
coming back? That never happens. Recording luck, am I right?
Yeah.
And then we saw Hitler. That was a magical surprise.
That was on like the front page of Steam too.
Yeah,
It wasn't like
just
it was
fucking
like
right there.
we didn't search like Hitler porn on Steam. It was
Yeah.
front fucking page, and that's why we opted to play it. Our plan was to fucking play it before the 2 weeks were up, but there was a series of like Michigas and mishaps. Oh damn!
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my god.
No.
No.
And then we fucking couldn't play it, and then we did play it. We wanted to play it,
And it came out
immediately.
really fucking well. I think that's one of our best.
Yeah.
And then we played Gigabash for fun.
I love Gigabash.
Gigabash is really fun. It's kind of hard to be entertaining when you're both focusing on playing the game too.
Yeah.
Like especially a fighting game. Like Mario Kart's pretty not mindless, but it's easier
Yeah.
than combos and having to focus on getting attacked by other people
Yeah.
constantly. There's also a whole list that I have of games. Like really bad games to play. Like we got True Crime Streets of New York, which looks way better. Spider-Man 3 for the 360, or we could play it for the PS2. Right? That's what I have it for.
Which one's Spider-Man 3?
The one with Venom's thick ass.
Yeah, that's
and
a
Sandman.
PS2.
Yeah, we have that for Morbius. He's in it
Oh, he's the
Yeah.
exclusive character for that
for
version.
that version, which is why it's so fucking funny. We have Sopranos, which did not work out well.
Yeah.
We have the 50 Cent games, which looks great. Michigan Report from Hell, which doesn't fucking exist. There's no emulations of it. I don't know where to play it. Metal Wolf Chaos looks funny.
Is that that President game?
Yeah. Just shit like that. And I don't know if I would ever want to do any live action videos.
I don't think so.
No.
What the fuck is that? Is that a baby? What is that? Oh, it's like
Sleepy Joe.
yeah.
Yeah. It's got that little-
Sleepy Joe. I didn't get that. I was like, wow, what a pleasant nickname. And then I was like,
What a
oh
pleasant
yeah.
And Propeller Duck is gone. God damn. I wish this game had a free cam. Stupid that it doesn't. I feel like I had a lot more to talk about in my mind.
I think we talked about a lot of stuff though.
We did. We had a lot of good topics.
We should get a snack of some kind.
Where?
I don't know. What's open?
Oh, Greg just got his new car.
He did?
Yeah, it's a manual. You want to go for a drive in that with us? We're going to Wawa, I think.
You are?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's do it. That's a pretty good first episode of Carnage Cast, which sounds like a good name. I didn't like it at first, but it fits. So fuck
works.
it. It works. Whatever. Carnage Cast, generic. It's bullshit, but it works.
That's the T.
That's that CC, sis. Carnage Cast. All right. Good night, y'all.
Bye-bye.